Hey guys, DJ here with GameTime Michigan, and Stellar Crown has been out for 2 weeks now. At least if you were a pre-release store, you were able to sell it early. So it's been out for 2 weeks for us, and then it's been out about a week and a half officially, the official release date. So like the Walmarts, Targets, those places, about a week and a half for them. So I just kind of wanted to make it being out for 1.5 to 2 weeks, depending on where you're at. I just kind of wanted to make a quick video talking about it. Whether Stellar Crown was a hit or a miss, right? And I kind of want to go over some of the trends that I'm seeing. Talk about what I've seen personally in my store, and then talk about just kind of trends I'm seeing online as well. So, first of all, for newer Pokemon sets, we always do midnight releases here. Stellar Crown for us, our midnight release was huge. I'm happy with the turnout with the midnight release for Stellar Crown. And in general, most people that showed up for the midnight release, they seem to be very excited about the set. It frankly surprised me the interest that we had in that. I wasn't expecting as many people as we had. And then in general, just after the official release, that next week there, we had a lot of hype and interest in Stellar Crown. People were grabbing up boxes, getting packs. We had a lot of boxes and ETBs and bundles opened in store here. And everybody was super happy with what they pulled for the most part. The art looked great on the cards. The one concern that I have talking about Stellar Crown, and I'll go into that too before we talk more about the positives, but my one concern about it is it seems like the pull rates, at least from what I've seen in person, they seem to be a little on the high side. I've seen people open just a couple of boxes, and they're decently close to having a full set. So I think long term, that's a little concerning. I would have liked to have seen the cards be just, the chase card. I would have liked to have seen them just be a little bit harder to pull. It might just be that the set, I think, is slightly smaller on your big full arts and everything like that, but I would have liked to have seen them just to be a tiny bit harder to get. But I don't think that's necessarily a terrible thing. The big positives from the set, everybody loves the art, right? You've got your rainbows are great. Your Chase Terapagos looks amazing. Everybody loves that art, right? The Bulbasaur and the Squirtle, great. I've not heard one complaint about any of those. People love the full art trainers. Yeah, I've heard a lot of great things about the art for Stellar Crown, right? If you follow trends online, obviously over like the last weeks, this is the period where the most people will be ripping Stellar Crown. The most packs are being opened that ever will happen, right? So you're seeing single prices start to decline, but that's expected. You expect that from any set, really, right? The more booster packs that are open, the more singles that get into the population. Your supply increases. Obviously, your price is going to fall if the demand doesn't increase to match it. So you see it with every set. Twilight Masquerade being the one exception, right? Twilight, you didn't see that kind of a wall or downward trend on single prices. It was the Greninja opened at like 120-ish, and he's pretty much just went up since then. Here I've seen the Terapagos as high as 180 online recent sales, and I've seen some recent sales under 100 now. So I think Stellar Crown, on the singles market at least, it's not going to hit that trend. I think your singles are declining. I mean, I've seen, the Squirtle and the Bulbasaur, they've lost like 20, 30, 40%, right? And you've seen that with other cards. But that's outside of Twilight, that's normal. Every set you had, your price decreases for a bit right after the release, at least on the single side of things. One of the things that I have noticed is if you look at the volume of products sold, there's a lot of Stellar Crown booster boxes moving right now. A lot of people are buying boxes. I know even Pokemon Center on their pre-orders for Stellar Crown, they sold out of the Pokemon Center ETBs, which that was surprising to see. I think they're back in stock now, but they had been sold out. So that was interesting. And we've got this. You got to remember, Stellar Crown is coming like a month after Shrouded Fable, so there was the mini set right before it. So you might have expected some buyer fatigue there, but it really doesn't look like it. And then the big thing about Stellar Crown that I'm seeing is at this point in Twilight Masquerade's life cycle, the booster boxes for Twilight Masquerade were still sitting around $100 or less if you got a full case online, right? Stellar Crown right now you can find boxes on TCG Player for about $110, and that's the cheapest you can do. So at this point in the life cycle, Stellar Crown booster boxes are outpacing Twilight Masquerade booster boxes. It'll be interesting to see if this trend continues, like a Stellar Crown going to creep up like Twilight Masquerade did. Is Terapagos a big chase like Greninja? Personally, I think the card's great. I think it will be very sought after. I don't think it's I don't think it'll catch Greninja. I think it's probably going to settle in the price point of most of your big hits out of sets. It's probably be in like the 100 to 150 range, probably a lot closer to like 110, 120 if I were to guess. At least like, over the next 6 months, right? But there's very clearly a lot of demand on sealed product for Stellar Crown, because we're seeing even on the ETBs, the Elite Trainer boxes, just the normal ones, you're seeing your price increased a couple of dollars now from where it was on release day online, and that's the realm where you get these stores that buy pallets full of them. They have thousands and thousands of boxes to sell through. So these sell-through rates for the prices to be increasing this quick, they're pretty crazy. It really is interesting to see all the volume that's going through on Stellar Crown, and it makes it very interesting. Makes me interested to looking into the future with Surging Sparks, and then next year into all the exciting stuff next year, where what's going to happen volume wise. Is the hobby really picking up steam? Is everybody just grabbing more product, or how that all is working? But right now, the boxes on Stellar Crown, they're already starting to trend upwards. So if you haven't already pulled the trigger and wanted to get some for yourself, for like either if you're just opening it or like for investment purposes, I think sooner is better than later. I can speak in store here. I sold out of my last Stellar Crown on Sunday. Fortunately, I have a small resupply coming in this week, so we'll have more sealed boxes this week sometime. But for the most part, it looks like when reaching out to all my supplier connections, it's looking like most of these suppliers, they're just they're tapped out on Stellar Crown. They don't have the boxes to go around. Sure, you can still find bundles and ETBs, but the boxes look to be pretty light. So it'll be interesting to see if did Pokemon Company, do they have, are we going to get another like release from the vaults with them? Do they have products sitting aside? I don't think you're going to get a reprint anytime soon, but I expect another wave to come out at some point of Stellar. At least I'm hoping for it. But just to kind of see all the volume that has moved in the last 2 weeks for Stellar Crown, it's been pretty crazy. I don't know exactly if this is sustainable. Like, will these numbers still be trending this way a month or two from now? But I know that the booster box supply is dwindling, and by the day you see it going up a couple of cents to $1 or $2 every day on like TCG Player. You see the eBay recently solds increasing for Stellar Crown, and then I think right now with the amount that's being opened, you do see the single prices like deflating. if you're a person that collects sets or art cards or master sets or anything like that, I think now is a very good time to, complete whatever you're trying to do there, right? If you're trying to collect the set or just specific foils. Excuse me. I know those are, now's a good time. I don't know if these prices, the single prices, they can't stay low forever. Eventually, the supply of them will start dwindling out like they always do for these sets, and you'll see within the next couple of months the singles start to increase again, and then I think we'll continue to see these box prices going up. I think if I were to guess, I could see Stellar Crown being 130 to 140 range by Christmas. I think it's going to follow a somewhat similar trajectory to Twilight Masquerade. I've heard too many good things about it. I see the good things. Them bringing back the rainbows, like the Terapagos and the other ones in there. Everybody is loving them. You have your tournament playable cards too, which is always key. Like the competitively viable cards in there help sell the product too. So I think it's going to be very, very interesting to follow. I don't think it's a bust at all. I think Stellar Crown is a boom. I don't think we're talking on the same levels as Twilight Masquerade, but Twilight Masquerade was the outlier of the block, right? You didn't really see sets trend like Twilight did. So it's Stellar Crown doesn't have to be the next Twilight Masquerade, right? I think it's still trending very well for a Scarlet Violet block set. And you're kind of seeing people are coming around more and more to Scarlet Violet block. Before it was just a terrible, terrible block. Nobody liked it. It was the end of Pokemon, all that, right? And now it's now most of the sets have increased in price lately. Your one outliers are it's really the your Paradox is still pretty light. Your Twilight is still around, or your Temporal is still around 100, and then your base set Scarlet Violet, it's went up, but it's still sitting pretty. You can get a pretty good deal on it on eBay and TCG Player right now. The thing with that set is I like to compare base set to base set. So Sword and Shield base set, it doesn't really have anything of value in it. It's like a $340 box right now. Do I think Scarlet Violet base can get there? Probably not in the same time frame, but who knows? I think it's worth. It'll be more than $100 box, but we'll see. I think the whole block in general is, it's trending upwards. It's strong, and I think Stellar Crown. Like I said, I think it's a boom. I don't think this was a bust set. I think it was good. I think everybody likes the rainbows. I think it's carried by the Chase Terapagos and then the Squirtle and Bulbasaur. Everybody that I have in my shop is chasing those. I see that's all that's getting talked about online, those cards. So I think it was good, and I'm hoping Surging Sparks can kind of continue this trend. I hope Surging Sparks performs well too. So I'm super excited to kind of see how Stellar Crown plays out over the next month or two. We're like kind of going into Christmas here, the holidays, and I'll definitely come back to the Stellar Crown topic on one of my market videos that I do every month here. So I think very good things about Stellar Crown. I'm expecting strong things from Surging Sparks, and then I'm expecting a lot of good stuff next year too. So I think Pokemon in general, it's strong. Even though you could argue the economy is getting weaker right now, you don't really see that for these Pokemon cards, at least not modern ones. Pokemon is not feeling the same heat that other games are. So yeah, I think Stellar Crown was a boom. That's my final answer. I think it was awesome. If you have different thoughts or different feelings on it, or want to add, your own opinions, feel free to comment, in the comment section below. Make sure to like the video, and subscribe to the channel and do all that stuff. Here at GameTime, we stream all of our events, so you'll see the VODs on YouTube, and then I do some podcasts and some different videos like this, whenever I get a chance to. So I personally love talking about Pokemon. I've been around Pokemon since base set first came out. I've been around it my whole life. I love it. I could talk about Pokemon all day. So, And I'm really excited where Pokemon's going. And I wish I had more Stellar Crown for myself personally. All right, guys. This has been DJ with GameTime Michigan. Thank you guys for watching. And if you're in the Southeast Michigan area, come check out our store. You can see the address in the bottom corner, 18829 Eureka Road in Southgate. And then always working on improving that every day. My website still kind of sucks, but we'll get it squared away. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.